Because so many of us confuse pleasure for happiness, and they're completely different. Dopamine is about pleasure. Too much pleasure and the neurons die. So it's really interesting when you look at a chart on it, and I'll put a simple chart here together for you. So you start off here, right? So focused on reward. Oh, when Jason finishes, I'm going to have a coffee, or I'm going on holiday next week to Fiji, or something like that. So you're focused on the external, right? Dopamine gets released. So when you get to Fiji, the dopamine, I feel so good, or the coffee, I feel so good. You get that hit. It's like a drug, right? You get from the stimulant. Then you get addicted to that pleasure. So the more the dopamine was released, the more you get addicted. Now this is the part that a lot of people never understand. The more that you lean into this addiction, the more the neurons die that give you the pleasure. So that's why you start off with one coffee. And for many of you, you won't remember the first time you had a coffee, but this is what happened, right? First time you ever had a coffee, you're like, oh wow, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good, everything's good. Oh, okay, yeah. Right, that's what happened the first time you had a coffee. That's called caffeine coursing through the body and raising blood pressure, which is the #1 cause of death, by the way, which is why I never recommend anyone drink coffee ever again. #1 cause of death, high blood pressure. #1 way to do it, have a coffee. #1 cause of death for humans, high blood pressure. #1 way to do it, coffee, right? Direct correlation. Now, do you want to die of the #1 cause of death? It's pretty much the undercourse for 40% of the deaths on the planet. No. What do? Give up coffee. You lower your risk dramatically, right? So, high blood pressure.